Hello, and welcome to Sports by Compion. My name, of course, is Stephen Compion, joined here by my co-host, special guest. We're here for Frankie Project number 2! Dan Gill's in the house. Dan, how the hell are you, sir?
You know, I've really been waiting for this episode. I know it's what the people want, so I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. The people have called for it. It is upon us now. Corey, of course, is here. Corey, how are you on this fine Monday, sir?
Doing fantastic. Excited to for Frankie to comfort me in these trying times of scary Steelers days because I too am part of this bet.
Absolutely. We're all invested. And of course, the man of the hour, Mr. Frankie 5000 himself. Frankie, what's going on, sir?
I'm nervous. No, I'm not. We'll talk about it. You ask the questions and I'll answer them. I think it's going all right.
All right, we like to hear it. We like to hear it. So, just off the last 2 weeks, obviously we have a huge upset for the Steelers, and not even like like they dropped the ball. I mean, the Jaguars are pretty good. So, overall, Dan, what did you have to say right before we hopped on here?
Yeah, so I was listening to last episode where Frankie gave his predictions, and surprising enough, through the first 4 weeks, you were spot on with every win and loss. You got that right, but the Steelers are 4-3 in real life. Frankie had them at 3-4. So, hey, they're a little better. I'll take it. Just the last 3 weeks, they went inverse what Frankie thought they would do.
Yeah, but did Kenny Pickett just get his ass kicked last weekend? Is he going to be okay? What just happened? Is it bad, Frankie?
He had a rough.
My bad.
No, so he got landed on hard, but he was out for the rest of the game. I haven't really heard anything yet. If he'll play next week.
What do you think, Frankie? Is it serious?
Yeah, I hope so. What really bothers me is the fact that we kind of breezed Trevor Lawrence on another play and we got called for roughing the passer. The first half was awful officiating, absolutely awful. But I don't like complaining about that, but this one was really bad, and I think that cost us at the end. But we lost Pickett for the whole half, and what I'm really scared about is a dude that we've never seen, we've barely seen play ever in the quarterback from for the Titans. I'm more scared about that than probably getting him playing.
Yeah, is that who they're playing next? The Titans? Because Will Levis did look really good, like out of nowhere. It's like, listen, little rookie, calm down over there. Got messed up all of our picks. Whoever picked Atlanta to win that game. Which, man, you guys talked me into changing. I am making it a rule. I'm never changing my pick 'em. Once I pick it, I get on pick 'em. You guys convinced me to change it. I'm 0 for 2 on both those, so I'm not doing it anymore.
I actually went Titans.
Anyway, this is how you get 5 games ahead, Dan.
It's because they're wearing the Oilers jerseys, okay?
Anyway, we gotta get back to the Steelers. So the defense is playing out of their mind.
But do you think because they're playing on Thursday night, they might not play Pickett?
I just think it's just Bruce Ritz. I think he can take it. If it's that, then I think they will play it. It's an important game, though. If they lose this game, then it's gonna get a little bit rougher. Because, like you said, at this time I had them at 3-4, but I had them losing to Baltimore and winning in Baltimore later in the season. So I believe we're gonna lose against Baltimore again. I mean, later in the season. So if they lose this game, it might get a little tough. So I hope they don't. I hope they find a way to win.
The game is Thursday. What do you have to say about TJ Watt just playing out of his mind in the early going of the season?
The whole fucking franchise. That dude is the most important player for sure in the Steelers.
Yeah.
He had a game with a sack, and he's always making plays like right at the moment that we need them. This time we just had to risk him. We just couldn't get it going later. But I think the game would have gone really close if Pickett would have stayed on the field too.
He had that wild pick against Stafford, right? Where he got that pick and ran it back. I don't think he ran it back for a touchdown, but he definitely got some yards on it.
Yeah. He almost got a touchdown too. they change the game. That's the thing. He makes game-changing plays,
Yeah.
which I think is why he's still should be, in my opinion. I'm biased, of course, but I think he's the NFL defensive MVP. I mean, most valuable player. No,
I
how do you call it?
mean,
Defensive player.
he's definitely
Well,
making a
yes,
strong case for himself. There's not a lot of other guys like. I mean, obviously besides Antoine Winfield. But yeah, no, there's not a lot of like defenders really setting themselves apart right now, so that could be a strong
But
argument. TJ Watt.
I think the consensus right now is Garrett. Miles Garrett is like.
Oh yeah, Miles Garrett
anchoring
is wrecking house
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
He's anchoring like a really bad team, and
Oh
they're
my
still
God,
like
dude.
kind of alive because of him.
Just this last
I
game
mean,
against
it's
Indianapolis, he had like 3 or 4 game-changing plays. It's like, holy shit, dude, calm down over
He had
there.
like 2 sacks, a blocked field goal,
Yeah.
and he just racking up sacks. And like, yeah, the first half
And
of the
like
game
one of those
was
was for a
crazy.
safety, no less. Like it's crazy. What was that,
And,
Frankie?
it's wild that they're both in the same division.
Yeah, true.
It's a rough defensive division, man.
Sure is. That whole division.
The Browns. Well, I've heard that the Browns fans get on him a little bit because he never shows up against Pittsburgh. And it's always Watt, the one that's making plays. We'll see what happens later, 15 or 14. I don't know when they play.
Well, there's still lots of football to still be played up here, Frankie. So you're saying if they drop this game against the Titans, which should be a winnable game, it could get a little more tough. What do you think out of Kenny Pickett though? He's got to be surprising you a little bit on offense.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's just in the worst situation possible to me. He has a bad offensive coordinator. He, for a few weeks, didn't have any run game. His receivers were dropping the ball. We lost Deontay Johnson for like 7 weeks for the first 6 games, was it? Yeah, which is the number one option. We lost our tight end too, so he's just in a really bad position to judge him onto whether he's going to be the face of the franchise or not. I think year 3 is going to be a really good year to assess him and see if we should keep looking in the draft to draft someone else. But I still like him. I still have faith in him. We'll see what happens. But
But I mean,
I think he's in a bad spot.
if they get rid of Matt Canada, though, does it like in a way buy Pickett a little more time because it's like he's got to learn a whole new system, or like I have a buddy of mine and also my brother-in-law are both Steelers fans, and they want him gone. Like, they can't believe he hasn't been fired yet. I mean, what are your feelings on that?
Yeah, the Steelers just don't fire people during the season. They just don't. I hope that they fire him at the end. And you're right. I've been thinking about that too. He's gonna be in a different system, so it may not benefit him. But I don't know. I don't think that we will be that patient. But you know, this is a different topic. But Daniel Jones is doing it and got a massive contract. Not doing much, in my opinion. So maybe we will.
Would
Give
you
him more
Yeah,
time.
no,
would you take Kenny over Daniel Jones?
I think Kenny has more upside. So
Yeah.
maybe, I mean, because we haven't seen everything from him yet. Because he's in a bad spot, as I said, but Daniel is also in a bad spot, so it's very hard to tell. But
no,
Daniel has had more time.
no love for Danny
Just doesn't know.
Dimes. All right.
Dude, I agree with that though. I really think Kenny Pickett does have more upside than Danny Dimes. Like, what is going on with that guy? He just like 1 or 2 good years mostly, and I mean his whole college career is back to like 1 Duke year. So I don't know.
Also, what I like about Kenny Pickett is he suits the like gritty Pittsburgh system very well. Like there's a couple plays where like he's like down and the defender's like standing over him and he like shoves the guy. Like he's out there, getting into conflict also. He seems like a Steeler,
Absolutely, yeah. He's out there chugging beers with the boys in the off season. He's about it.
Yeah.
Mason
Yeah,
Rudolph took a helmet to the face for the team, so
yeah.
Right.
I mean, you've seen him like
that's
find.
not a Steeler. I don't know what it is.
You saw him find Pickens like a couple times down the field, so like he's got the arm strength too to hit that deep ball, and that's always a huge part of being able to be a good NFL quarterback.
So, question for Frankie: the touchdown, I forget who it was against, but it was like a game-winning touchdown where he calls an audible and throws it downfield to Pickens, and then like
Yeah, it
there's
was the Ravens game.
the Ravens game. Then there's like a clip of Matt Canada just looking like furious as this touchdown gets thrown. How do you feel about that? Any strong opinions? Any thoughts?
I have no clue what happened there. I swear. Well, apparently Kenny said that he audible and told him to run a go and just shifted the protection or something like that. So, but I don't know, man. It was such a weird reaction, wasn't it? Because he was frozen, and he kind of reacted like shocked or something like that. So,
Yeah,
no
like,
clue, man.
Not happy about it.
It was like they had to tell him to celebrate. Like the guy next to him, like tapped his arm.
He's like, hey, you're on camera.
He's like,
remember?
I'm. This is so hard to tank whenever we're beating the Ravens. Like, what the fuck? I just like he's thinking about the bonus that he just missed by winning the game.
I guess.
It's interesting though. Matt Canada, like all the fans coming for his throat. I'm inclined to believe him, dude. Like I was watching Byron Leftwich for like 3 years, and like people were like, he's a good offensive coordinator. They're like talking about like the Jaguars signed him as a head coach. I was like, please, Jaguars, please hire this joker and get them the fuck out of here. So I'm inclined to believe fans, dude. Turns out we watch every game, almost every snap. We could usually tell if you know what the fuck you're doing on offense or not. So yeah, I'm inclined to believe these Steelers fans saying the guy's a clown.
Was also like at no, go ahead.
No, I was seeing a hockey video of the Penguins chanting "Fire Canada." Like everybody hates them.
Yeah,
and
It's
I've never
literally
seen
everywhere.
so many people hating on a coordinator, and it's just been going for so long. So it's crazy that he's still here and he's still doing the same shit and he's not getting fired. So I'm getting upset now.
Maybe he should just get a head coaching job with the Jaguars and I'll get him out of there.
No, Peterson's gonna stay in Jacksonville for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
He's cementing himself down there.
It happened the same thing of chanting to fire Canada. It happened like in Patrick McCaffrey. Pat McAfee, the Pat McAfee show. He's in Utah for some college football thing, and they start chanting that to fire Canada. And like he apparently he made like an alternate Twitter account, but with his Steelers email to defend himself. Like my man is not accepting that he's terrible.
I think that was.
But just imagine taking the time out of your day to create an alternate account. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe.
Be funny if it's true. So I kind of hope it is.
I hope it is.
I'm imagining taking the time to do that, like out of your day.
Dude, so many people get caught with burner accounts, like athletes and stuff. It's just not surprising anymore.
No, it isn't. But they should just stay off social media. It's hard, but you got
So, what are your thoughts on Harris this year? Because I feel like the first couple of games he looked so slow, and I feel like the handful of Steelers games I've watched, I just haven't been too impressed with him this year. Like, are you kind of getting the same vibe? Yeah.
Start Jalen Warren and let him just go all the fucking snaps. Najee's just so fucking slow to cut, man. And he's always like going behind linemen and just hitting there and not doing anything. I absolutely agree. Now, he doesn't get help from the linemen either. And he will look better like if he was running for the Cowboys like Oliver does, for sure. But Jalen is just more talented. I think Najee can be productive. He for some reason is not using his size anymore. That's the thing. He's trying to run like he's 5'10", and he's like 6'2", I think, and or smaller. So yeah, I think he's looking awful. He's not getting help. I think he can be good, but he's looking really slow. I agree.
He's looking a little slow.
Same thing happened with the Cowboys, whereas like Ezekiel Elliott was the bigger veteran, and it was like, just give more carries to Pollard, man. We don't got to keep giving Ezekiel Elliott the ball. We can move on, I promise.
Yeah, and Ezekiel Elliott appears to be washed down there with New England. But Frankie, so they have Dante Johnson back now.
Yeah, that's huge, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely huge having their main receiver back. And you said that Pat Ferris was also out?
Yeah, Frymouth is out for like 4 weeks or so. We weren't using him. That's the other thing about this offense. We had this great tight end apparently that was around top 15 a league, at least in the league, like set to make a leap, and we just don't use the tight end. We don't. We have Darnell Washington, which is a fucking giant, and we don't use him either. It's really strange. Fucking offense sucks. The offense sucks. It's getting better, but it sucks.
Disheartening stuff. But what were you gonna say, Dan?
No, I might be jumping the gun on it a little bit. I was gonna ask him. So, like, based off of last time around, are you still feeling confident? I mean, you had him winning 10 games, so like just scraping anyway. But given, I mean, they seem pretty on par playing with what you picked anyway. But I mean, are you sticking with what you picked, or you feeling one way or the other?
Well, I'm staying with what I picked. I think they will cover 9 games. A tie will just scare the shit out of me because they can go 8-1, and not have a losing season. So that will be the worst. But it's still they're covering for them to be better this early for sure in the
So
season.
they got to win.
I
So
think
they got to win 9, right?
Gotta win
9, yeah, that's true.
9. Okay.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
So just 5 more.
Like you said,
Just
3 and
5
4.
more.
They're 4-3, but
I
they're
mean,
gonna have. Yeah,
I mean, I think your Titans, like, that's going to be interesting. The way Green Bay's been playing, I think as a Packers fan, I'm not holding my breath on that one. Our defenses look terrible. But, I mean, the end of the season was what scares me for you. Like, your last 3 games, you have Bengals, Seahawks, Ravens.
Oof.
That's more of it's at Seattle. If it was at Pittsburgh, I'd feel better about it. But
Yeah.
that's a tough sled for the last 3 weeks if you got to get that final win over the last 3 weeks.
I agree. I kind of agree. Like, I think I can name all the games that I think we should win.
Yeah, that
We
looks
got
like
the
a couple
Titans,
easy picks.
the Patriots, the Cardinals. There's 5, 6, 7. We're missing 2. The Bengals, and there's one more.
Cleveland, probably.
You think they'll beat Indy?
Yeah, in India for sure. Those are the games that I think we should win. But maybe we're
Okay.
gonna shit the bed on one of the easy ones, and we're gonna beat Seattle somehow, some way. Because it just happens.
Or Cleveland. Don't you guys still have another game against Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they already won that one,
with
right?
this-
So it'd be hard to sweep them.
But Cleveland has gotten a lot better since week 2.
Right.
Which is kind of funny that, like, they're balling out with PJ Walker.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, a little
So
bit.
I kind of love it. I kind of love it.
Sure. Yeah. Who's not here to love it, for sure. The Deshaun Watson haters definitely love it, so.
So, I mean, if you think Pickens misses any extensive time, like, you have faith in Mitch Trubisky?
Man, I don't know. It's risky. Well, sometimes it looks great, and sometimes, like the pick that he threw against the Jaguars was just like in triple coverage.
Dude was just slinging it.
I hate that we're missing Minka. That's a sensitive injury because that's our main tackle.
Yeah, I would say your defense took a big hit on that one. He's already listed as out for next week against the Titans. So that concerns me more than Pickett being out, honestly.
Well, that has been second quarter. Check in with Frankie. Overall, he's feeling good. We need a win on Thursday. Anyone who may have placed this bet with them, you could call into the support line, and Dan will coax you and give you words of affirmation. Make sure you call it to 1-800-DON'TCALLUS.com. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I really appreciate you all coming on. Thank you to Frankie, who continues to come through here. We are counting on a third quarter check-in with you, Frankie. Hopefully, it'll be a cheerful one. Maybe, for all we know, they will already be 1 or 2 games away from the goal. The goal! Corey, do you personally have anything you'd like to say to the fine people of Sports by Company before we get out of here?
if you go on a date, wear a watch. It makes you look cooler.
Yeah, and sophisticated. Sports by Compian, out!